Welcome back to Sidekicked, a Marvel Champions podcast where we are all about the allies. We will teach you who those allies are in the comics, discuss their card or cards, and what kind of decks they might be played in. I'm one of your hosts, I'm Levi Lewis, and with me today I have...
Jason Sketch. How's it going, Levi?
It's good. It's going good. Who else do we have?
Good.
I'm here too. What's my name?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm Earth Twister. What's going on, guys?
There you go. I'm glad you remembered that name.
You might be the Mud Muddler.
No, sir.
So
No,
once again, we have a sponsor for this episode.
Heck
already?
Yeah,
Great.
this episode is brought to you by refrigerators. Refrigerators. They refrigerated once. Now they'll refrigerate.
Okay. That was something, Levi.
How are you guys doing?
I am
man.
awesome.
Whoa! Skip and turn in the notes there, Jason.
Oh, sorry. I didn't. I guess I should look at those. Go ahead, Earth Twister. You can say how you're doing.
Yeah,
I will
I'm
wait.
doing all
Earth
right,
Twister,
guys.
how are you doing?
Oh, my bad. I'm doing all right. We're working through some things with the kiddos, so that's been a little rough, but I'm doing pretty good otherwise.
Kids are kids.
Yeah, they are. 4-year-olds wet in the bed, the whole shebang.
Yeah, Jason still does that too, so I get it.
Yeah.
Only on Thursdays.
Do you even know what we're talking about?
Wetting the bed.
I'm glad you actually did hear that. Jason, how are you doing?
I could not be better. Scrubs is back on the air, baby, and I am living my best dream watching Tuck and JD doing their best life, living Scrubs. I am so stoked, guys.
How big of a fan are you?
I binged it all in 2020 during COVID and fell in love with the show then. I don't think I have everything memorized. I know little things like James Franco's little brother was in the movie or in the show for the last season. People don't really count the last season because it was a little weird. But I guess it's
because
terrible.
last season.
It's because
so.
they ended the show, but it ended on like such high ratings that they're like, well, we're gonna try and do a whole new season, like a whole new show, and it was so terrible. They're just like, nope. But I can tell you something that you already messed up.
What's that?
You called him Tucker,
And
his name is Turk.
Oh yeah, it is Turk.
Dude, I love that show. I was a little worried seeing that they were coming back out with it. I was wondering if it was going to be like the last season and terrible, or if they were actually going to make it good.
I have not seen it. I've seen all of the original show. Like, was it 1 through 9? I've seen all of it. I've not seen the new one, but as long as it had, JD and Turk, and at least some of the other characters, does it have the janitor?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about the janitor.
I don't know if I've seen the janitor yet. The Todd is back.
The Todd.
The Todd is back.
The Todd.
They've got a new character in the show that came. This is one of the girls from SNL. You'll recognize her when you see her. I don't know her by name, but she wasn't in the show originally. Cox is back for the first episode. Spoiler alert. But
he was in the original show, so it's like...
Yeah, he was in the original show. Spoiler that he's there for the show, right? I will say that watching it with Mrs. Sketch, she ended up crying a little bit during the beginning of the first episode. So
interesting.
Because she was so excited about it, or because of it was just a sad... something sad happened, because that was the thing with Scrubs, right? Like, you watched it,
it was super
you were like,
funny.
I want to laugh, and then very end of the episode, every single time would kill your mood.
It wasn't sad.
They made it real.
They did. I think it was more meaningful, and how impactful and meaningful it was is what made her cry. She actually hasn't watched the original seasons. She remembers her dad watching it, but she's never actually watched it.
All the way through, huh?
Correct. So that is on her list of things to do, is to go back and get a chance to watch it. And she's excited for it, I think. I'm excited for her to be excited.
I will say I do have it all on digital. I love that show.
Well, it's all on Hulu right now, so if either way
Who cares
you can watch
about
it.
Hulu?
Anybody want to share their password with me?
It's Jason Smells Like Farts.
Okay.
Well, that's mine, anyways.
What's the user? Levi Lewis?
No. It's Jason Smells Like Farts at gmail.com. And then the password's the same.
Okay.
All in caps. All in caps.
Great. So
all in caps.
You heard it first here, folks. If you want to watch some Scrubs on Hulu, type those in and you should be able to get access.
What's really funny is I'm sure that there's going to be at least one person that actually tries that.
That was actually me. I just tried it.
How did it go for you? Did that work well?
I'm enjoying this new season, man. It's going great.
Oh, good.
So to answer my own question, I'm doing pretty good. I'm going out of town.
Nobody asked you.
We did ask.
Exactly. I'm asking myself.
Hey, how's it going, dude?
And I do talk to myself a lot, so I'm answering myself. I said, "Self, you're doing good." And I said, "All right, cool."
Look, man, I'm glad to see that you actually have a shirt on this time.
Yes, I am. I do want to say I do appreciate the fact that you put at least some form of clothing on, even though it was a loincloth when Boom Guy was on the episode. So thank you for that, Levi. It was greatly appreciated.
You're both welcome. But no, to get back to answering myself, I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, I'm going out of town on a retreat this weekend. So it'll be nice to just get away for, it's only going to be for 24 hours. And because of that, my boss gave me off tomorrow. So I'm not even working tomorrow. So I'm going to spend some time doing some stuff that I don't normally get to do.
What retreats tomorrow?
Could be nice. It's called L24, which is funny because it's 2026, right? But it's a 24-hour leadership retreat.
That's dope, man.
So, moving on with our podcast, what have you guys been playing recently? Jason, what have you been playing recently?
Most recently, I've been playing Hercules. Excuse me.
Herc the Jerk?
Not Herc the Jerk. Hercules.
The Hercules, the Legendary Journeys?
Yes, the Olympian. I don't think I caught your reference there, Levi.
There used to be a show in the 90s called Hercules, the Legendary Journeys, and it had Kevin Sorbo.
Is it?
Is it
based off of the movie?
That played Kevin Sorbo. It was a live-action show. Kevin Sorbo played Hercules. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the animated series.
Yeah.
No, Kevin Sorbo played Hercules. It was a really cool show. They did like 4 made-for-TV movies, and then they were so popular that they turned it into a TV series. And then on the first season, there was a character that became so popular, there was a spin-off that became super huge and was a much bigger show than Hercules. And the show was called Xena Warrior Princess.
I remember seeing Xena. That's funny.
Yeah. Most people remember Xena. Not that many people remember Hercules. The Legendary Journeys. It is a very cool show. They're both very cool shows.
I guess we'll have to get on your Fandango sometime and watch them.
In the last episode, when we talked with Boom Guy, that was one of our quick strike questions. And that was my question: was Hercules or Xena Warrior Princess? He said Hercules.
He did.
Which I was a little like, Xena was cooler.
Well,
as a matter of fact, let me just get into this side tangent for just a second. Xena Warrior Princess was so much more successful that Kevin Sorbo, who, like I said, who played Hercules, was so jealous about it. He was mad the entire time that, like, so much that in the show Hercules, to help him get over it just a little bit, the writers, anytime Xena's name was mentioned in the show Hercules, Kevin Sorbo would spit on the ground. Like, Xena!
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Give us that example again. How did that go? Xena!
Xena!
Brilliant.
So anyways, so you've been playing Hercules.
I have been playing Hercules, and now I wish Xeno was a ally card just for fun.
I mean, Xeno's
the
not a
Nemesis
Marvel
card.
character.
Oh. Anyhow, yeah, I've been playing Hercules. I just played a modified precon, so I haven't done anything fancy with him yet. I took his precon and I took out like a couple cards. I took out a couple of the recruitment drive. I took out Acre recruitment drive. I took out all 3 copies of teamwork, and I took out ancient rivalry, and I replaced it with 2 powers of leadership, Hawkeye, Cyclops, and X-23. Had a good time with it. I played precon, straight precon first out of the box against Absorbing Man, and learning Hercules has been interesting because you really want to focus on his labors before you dive into his gifts, and before you really dive into fighting the villain. But once you've completed all his labors, then Hercules just punches and smashes really, really hard, and it's pretty awesome. Even to the point that you don't really need the allies anymore. The only downfall is like you have these labors and only Hercules can attack them, so your allies can't help you with your labors. So you have to do it all as Hercules. So you have different things like you have to fight a minion that has at least 6 health points, and then when it comes out, it gets an extra 6 health points, and you've just got to defeat it. But the only minion that has access in a lot of the games is Hydra. That comes with his Nemesis kit, and it's got 6 health points. It gets up to 12 when you put that card on there, and then you have an option when you attack it. You either have to spend a fist resource so it doesn't heal 2 points, or you let it heal 2 points. So you have to deal with that. You have to defeat a scheme, which gets an extra 6 threat put on it, but the good news is you can punch it down. So it has the feature, I forget the name of the feature right now, that you can punch it down with. It is called Assault, so you can punch the thread off the scheme. So that's not too hard. And then the last one is Protect Humanity, and you have to defend for an ally. So when the villain attacks, they attack your ally instead, and you have to choose to defend for them to be able to remove a labor counter off this obligation. But once you've removed 3 labor counters off of it, then you can get these gifts. And when you have all 3 gifts out, it is just a wild ride. His cards are built off of it. So there's an attack card that if you have all 3 gifts out, for each gift, you remove 1 cost of the card. So you can basically attack for free, which is pretty awesome. So 5 damage for no cost once the labors are out, which is pretty wild. Same thing with the threat removal. I had a good time with him. I played a game, 4-hour game with my name is Jeff, who will be coming on the show later this season. And
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. And he was a good time, but we played against the Captain America, and it was rough. He put a card on it that added an extra 30 hit points to the villain and an acceleration token to the scheme, but it gave you an extra +1 hand size. So the trade-off was interesting. It just took us a while to get to the point where we needed you to defeat him. So had a good time playing with him, and there was one other player with us, and I apologize. I have forgotten your name, but I know it starts with the letter G. So it was a good time, though.
So what have I been playing recently? Gonna ask myself that question this time.
Who?
I've played a few different things, and if you've been watching my channel, I've been trying to get about 2 videos up a week. Don't think it's gonna happen this week, but last video I got up was Spectrum, and she's actually quite a bit of fun. I lost. I'm sad, but I'm looking at playing a Quicksilver game here soon. And I should be getting Hercules tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm probably going to pull him out, try him a little bit, and see how he does. What about you,
I'm
Levi?
excited to see how that goes.
I have not, like I say a lot, I don't play Marvel Champions very often solo. So typically if I play, co-op. I have not had anybody to play with recently, so I have not played recently.
You can come play with me, Levi.
Why? You're not the person that I want to play with. Jason's not even the person I want to play with. Spoiler alert. So moving on with the actual podcast. I know, Jason, you talked a little bit about this, but have either of you gotten or played the new Hercules or Wonder Man cards?
I have not. I just talked about how I'm getting it tomorrow.
You don't even have Hercules?
No, dude. I'm getting Hercules tomorrow, and I still have to order Wonder Man.
You're so lame. I already have both of them.
Well,
I
ain't
also
you
have
special?
both of them.
I am special.
I'm poor, man.
I'm probably more poor than you are.
He does have 2 roommates.
Like, let's
I have 3 roommates, and I have to care for 2 of them.
2 of them are dependent on your life. So,
anyways.
yes, I have them both. I have not opened Wonder Man's pack yet. But
You
I've
haven't
been
even
messing with
opened it
Hercules.
yet to look at all of his cool cards?
No, I want to do a video about my
reveal?
first reaction to each of the cards. I just haven't.
Did you do a Hercules reveal?
Yes, a Hercules first look.
You did do one?
Yeah, I've recorded a Hercules first look. It is being edited tomorrow morning
It's
and
not
dropping
out yet.
on Sunday. So it's not live yet. When this podcast goes live, it'll already be out.
Gotcha. That's why I have not seen this.
Yeah. No, I'm going to edit it and try to have it drop for Sunday.
You actually watch Jason's content?
Believe it or not, Jason's content, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Earth Twister, because this doesn't happen with you, but Jason's content, for some reason, even though I like your content anytime I see it, and you send me links and stuff, and I'll try and comment on there, Jason's content, for some weird reason, is always being brought up on my channel. Like, always.
Jason, last time he went to your house, installed a virus on your computer.
That's probably it.
I haven't been to your...
Speaking of viruses, have y'all heard about the Nick Cage plugin?
What?
So you can get on somebody's computer, get on their Google Chrome or Firefox, type in Nick Cage plugin, and it turns everything, every picture on their browser into a picture of Nick Cage. So when you look up Miley Cyrus, you'll get Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
When you look up Batman: The Dark Knight, you will get Nick Cage.
This is great.
When you
Thank
look
you
up
for
Levi
telling me
Lewis,
this.
you will get Nick Cage.
No, you'll still get Levi Lewis. I'm the only one. I googled it. I googled myself.
You giggled yourself.
Yes, I googled myself.
That
Glub,
sounds
glub.
inappropriate.
That is,
You
speaking
take
of
it
Nick
however you want
Cage,
to.
I'm excited for the new Spider-Man Noir show coming out.
Oh yeah, that looks super cool.
When does that launch?
May, I think.
Is
Happy
that a
birthday to
Prime?
me.
It is an Amazon Prime show.
Amazon
Yes.
Prime show, which is well, it's not that surprising.
It's the first time they're getting something good in a while. I just hope that they don't fill it with all the crap that they put in all their other shows.
You didn't like Rings of Power?
I
thought
liked Rings of
was great.
Power. I did like Rings of Power. I'm talking about the stuff that was unnecessary that they added to the Wheel of Time.
Moving on with the podcast.
I have
'Cause
questions, but we can discuss this later.
Moving on with the podcast. Well, to answer my own question, actually, let's do that. I have gotten both of them. I have looked at all of the cards from both packs. As I've already said, I have not played anything, so no, I have not
Please
played
don't
them.
spoil
But
the cards for me.
I will not say what any of the cards are. But I will
I'm
say
already
the
upset with
cards
Jason.
look. I'm upset at Jason, and it's not even about the cards.
Story
No,
of my
like
life.
like both hero packs seem really, really cool. Really, really cool. I will actually say I'm more excited about Wonder Man than I am Hercules, but I'm not going to say why.
It is
was
interesting.
more excited about Hercules just because of the fact that he came with leadership instead of justice. I much prefer. I just don't like. I'm not excited about justice.
So
it's
I
not
was
that I don't
surprised.
like justice. I'm just not excited about it.
I will say I was surprised he didn't come with aggression, just because of who he is. Which I'm not upset about that, but it just surprised me a little bit.
Now, do spoil this for me real quick. Is there a leadership conditioning and a justice conditioning?
There is not a leadership conditioning. There is a justice conditioning. I don't remember what it's called.
So you don't get the +3 hit points in leadership?
Nope. They didn't do it for leadership.
Why?
I don't know. Hey, if you are working at Fantasy Flight, and would love to come onto our podcast and talk to us, we will probably ask that question specifically, but would love to talk to you more about some other things as well.
I don't care about anything else. I just want that question answered.
You can email us at sidekickedamcp@gmail.com. Again, that is sidekickedamcp@gmail.com. Now, you may be wondering, what does AMCP stand for? It is not
a mother control program.
Correct. Or
a marvelous cookie person.
Or
neither one
a
of those.
Mutant cadaver problem.
No, it is a Marvel Champions podcast. That's what that stands for. So please don't be afraid to write us again at sidekickedamcp@gmail.com.
Yeah, it's always
Also,
awkward when I get into conversations with people about the fact that I'm on a podcast, because then they say, "What's the name of your podcast?" And I say, "Sidekicked AMCP," and they're like, "What does AMCP stand for?" And I always forget what it is. So it's awkward, guys.
I'm glad
thank
I
you,
can
Jason, for reminding me.
you. Yes.
Of how awkward our podcast is.
It is
Also,
seem to like us.
If Fantasy Flight is listening right now, maybe you should hire us.
For what?
There's that option too. And while we're on the subject, you should like and subscribe. And apparently, Boom Guy says you should leave a 5-star review.
Boom
Yes.
Guy says it.
Boom Guy says it. If you ain't booming, you ain't zooming.
guying. Oh, what?
Yep.
He's never going to want to come back to our podcast after this.
So, my next question is what kind of music do you guys like to listen to, and why is it rock and roll?
It is rock and roll. And it's because rock and roll's the best, my dude.
It's because I love rock and roll.
I love rock and roll.
Did you put another dime in the jukebox, baby?
I love rock and roll.
Jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll.
What's the next line?
I have no idea.
Come and take your time and dance with me. Come on, man.
Take your time and dance with me. I love
Yeah.
rock and roll.
Please
You
don't copyright us. We are.
I'm just going to assume right now that Earth Twister doesn't know how to play any musical instruments.
I played
That is
the
incorrect.
guitar and the pananer.
Well, you have terrible timing.
The guitar and what?
The pananer?
Is that like the
Mana.
banana?
Piano.
Oh,
The banana? Like a banana?
I didn't know you could play the piano.
I didn't
A
know you
little
could play
bit.
the banana.
He's my own flesh and blood, and I had no idea.
It's because you didn't pay attention to me when I was trying to learn all the musical instruments. I
Accurate.
would have made it to cello if I'd had the support of my older brother.
I would have learned the cello if my parents would have let me. To be very like.
I imagine
that's
the
actually
cello
true.
is a pretty expensive instrument to start.
The
I
first
support
instrument
you,
I
Earth
learned how to
Twister, to
play
learn the
was
cello.
the recorder.
Does that really count? We're all able to play hot cross buns on the recorder. If you lived in an American school in the 2000s, you probably
Late
have learned
90s,
late 90s, early 2000s.
early 2000s.
You probably learned how to play hot cross buns on the recorder.
I learned how to play Baby Got Back.
On the recorder?
Yeah, who does? Who? That's what we were taught.
Listen closely, ladies and gentlemen. Just to be clear and clarify, at the end of the episode, you'll hear the song go off, and then after the song goes off, you'll hear Levi Lewis's rendition of.
What I think is funny? Is that what you're saying?
No, just the recorder, the soundtrack
no, it's
that
not-
you were.
No,
You're
I
gonna
don't
play
have the
for us.
recorder anymore.
Oh, bummer! I was so excited to hear you playing hot cross buns at the end of the episode.
I didn't say hot cross buns.
He said
I
baby
know.
got back
I
ribs.
said Baby Got Back.
They got back.
Ribs.
Isn't that the Chili song?
Yes, it is. But to get back to the question, so you guys like to listen to rock and roll, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
would you consider
Chili's,
you guys?
if you're listening, Chili's, please send us a recorder to give to Levi Lewis so he can play your Chili song at the end of our episode.
And sponsor our episodes.
Yeah, I'd be glad to be sponsored by Chili's. Chili's, please sponsor our episodes.
Yeah, I eat your food all the time. It's delicious.
I too chill at Chili's.
So would you guys consider yourselves punk rockers? At least back in the day. Maybe not now, but...
Yeah.
I'd still listen to punk. I don't think I could keep up in playing punk. But I love me some punk. I love me some metal. So, yes.
Did either of you ever be in a mosh pit? Did you ever mosh?
I ran away from the mosh pit, man.
My younger days in college, I did one or two and realized it's not for me, but I did enjoy being at the show where people were moshing.
So there is a song, and I'm recommending anybody that is listening to this to, at some point, look up the song on YouTube because they have an amazing music video that goes along with the song. So there's a band called The Swift, and they had a song called Moshing Machine. And it's all about how terrible a moshing guy is. But anyway, I listen to that song all the time. Very funny song, but it's about mosh pits. And I have been in a few mosh pits, and I have moshed my way to be a punk.
To clarify, he's not saying Swifties. It's not a band called Swifties. It's a band called Swift.
The Swift.
The Swift.
They are
not the
Taylor
Swifties.
Swift fans.
Swift. Though. They are not. They were out before. Like, I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift got her name from this band. Pretty sure. Because that song came out way before Taylor Swift was probably even born.
The way you said "pretty sure" reminds me of Dumb and Dumber. Pretty bird, pretty bird, pretty bird.
So, anyways, the reason why I'm bringing punk rock stuff up and mosh pits and guitars and really cool music is because today we're talking about Spider-Man Hobie Brown, a.k.a. Spider-Punk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Slam it to a Slim Jim.
Tell me about this Spider-Punk.
He's a pretty cool guy. His name's Hobie Brown.
All right.
Hobie Brown.
We have more on him than we do Spider-Ham, because the last Spider-Ham. We haven't done a Web Warrior yet, have we?
We have not done a Web Warrior. That is correct.
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding. So, before we actually talk about Hobie Brown Spider-Punk, I do have a question for you, because this was something that I found out. I did not know this until I looked this up. But before we get into this story, do either of you know who Hobie Brown first appeared as in an alternate universe? So before Herbie ever appeared as Spider-Punk, he appeared way early on in Marvel as a different character.
Hobie Brown?
As a different person. Do either of you know?
I love trivia. I do not have the answer to this. I'm going to say
and this
Hobgoblin.
This was in 1969. He was the original something else.
Hobgoblin.
No.
Clayface.
No. That's
Clayface is a Batman villain.
That's not even Marvel. He originally was the original Prowler in Earth 616.
Oh.
Now, other people have been the Prowler throughout the years, but Hobie Brown was the original Prowler in 1969. So Hobie has actually been around for a very long time.
So as
He
old
just
as
was
my
a turd
dad.
for a while.
What'd you say, Earth Twister?
I said he was just a turd for a while.
He was a turd for a while. That is correct. So where Spider-Punk actually came from, not his backstory, but like how they created him, is they were looking to create some UK versions of characters. And so they had several different spider people. And one of the drawings was Spider-Punk. And the guy that was creating it was like, I don't want that to be the Spider UK guy. So we ended up with Spider UK, which is in the game. But they liked the idea of there being a Spider-Punk type character. And that's where Spider-Punk originated, at least how they created him. Okay, Spider-Punk first appeared on January of 2015 in Amazing Spider-Man number 10 with the Spider-Verse storyline. He is from Earth 138 and lives in New London. So that was supposed to be that Earth's version of New York. His powers are typical Spider-Man powers, which includes wall climbing, super strength, spider sense, things like that. He does have web slingers, but there are many times when he uses barbed wire instead of webs to swing on.
That seems
Hobie,
dangerous and painful.
I mean, but it's very punk rock, right?
Okay,
Hobie's
sure.
all about being a punk rocker. So Hobie does, like any real rocker, have a van,
Sweet.
which is freaking awesome. He gained his powers because he was bitten by a spider that was irradiated by toxic waste that was dumped by the tyrannical president at the time, Ozzy Osbourne. That's who his president was. Isn't that awesome?
That's amazing.
I'm telling you, like, his whole universe is like punk rock. It's really funny. So Spider-Punk does fight Osborn and wins by bashing in Osborn's head with his electric guitar.
As one should.
As one should. He does reveal his true identity right after that because the people witnessed the event and they see Hobie as their savior at that point because Osborn was very terrible. And then right after this is when he was recruited into the Spider Society. So Hobie does go across the Spider-Verse and he meets other Spider people such as Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales, Spider-Noir, Spider-Ham, SPDR, and he does appear in the Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. There are times when Gwen sleeps on Hobie's couch when she has nowhere else to go because Gwen is pretty much can't go home at that point in the comics. And it does say that in the movie that he appears in. Hobie does fight a future version of Kang. So Kang comes to the past, and this is Kang the Conglomerator. So he's all about conglomerates, right? He's all about money. So Kang finds Hobie and tells him that in the future, Kang owns all the rights to Spider-Punk's name and has turned his name into a respectable household name that can be sold easily for profit and franchise. So he's basically turned him into like a household name, and he has like a whole bunch of like merchandising for him in the future. Hobie doesn't like this, obviously, because
he's a punk rocker.
Yeah, that gets rid of his punk rock name, right? So he doesn't like it. So he fights Kang, and Kang defends himself with a bunch of giant toy versions of Spider-Punk. He ends up defeating Kang with the help of Captain Anarchist, which is like their Captain America, and Robbie Banner, their version of the Hulk. And it's really interesting because when I was reading on this, how Robbie Banner turns into the Hulk is he has to have a very specific punk rock cassette that he listens to. He like has a very specific song that makes him, I guess, angry.
That's awesome.
And when I was reading on this, it said that the reason why Kang went to the past is because everybody that he had the rights to died young, and that's what made them super famous in the future. And so basically he was trying to kill him so that he could own the rights to him so that he'd be more famous in his future. It's wild. So originally, Hobie hated the name Spider-Punk and preferred to just be called Spider-Man, but eventually got over himself and embraced the punk name. In 2022, he got his own standalone comic, and he has appeared in a lot of other things. He did appear, like I said, in the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie. He will return in 2027 in Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. And while reading on this, I did read that he is supposed to have his own standalone movie, which is supposed to come out around the same time. And it's going to have the same actor that did his voice in the Spider-Verse movies. Do either of you have anything you would like to add?
No, I agree. I mean, I've got a 4-issue series of Spider-Punk, and I actually think I have the issue that he appears in my collection, which is pretty cool. But the 4-issue series, I don't know if I remember exactly what happened. I remember enjoying it a lot, but it took place, I think, after he took down Ozzy Osbourne. And it's about him fighting a version of Dr. Octopus. But he, at that point, is partnering with Shuri. There is, I think, a version of Daredevil. That's like a drummer that's with him. And there's a version of Ironheart there. And a couple of other heroes as well. And I don't remember all their names specifically, but it was a lot of fun to kind of just see that story arc and how excited he is. Because he's like, I went over here to this Spider-Man's universe and they did this cool thing and I want to do that here. And I went to this Spider-Man's universe and did this cool thing and I want to do that here. So he's just really neat. He's a lot of fun. I've always loved his design. And I think he's probably got one of the coolest Spider-Man designs ever, in my opinion. But
I agree. I think he does have an amazing design. Something I did read that was kind of interesting, because he is, like, he's being all punk and everything. He is homeless.
Yep.
Because it's cool to be homeless, kids.
It's cool to be homeless, kids. Get out. You want to be cool? Don't listen to this podcast.
Oh, well, I wouldn't go that far. But I would...
Stay in school. School is cool.
Recommend, stay in school, get a job, buy a house.
Yeah, in this economy,
live in a house.
Live in a house. There you go. Live in a house. Earth Twister, do you have anything to add?
No, it's pretty cool.
Did you know anything about Spider-Punk? Earth Twister?
The only thing I knew about him is what I learned from Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. I guess it was Across the Spider-Verse. I thought it was pretty cool that he made his own cross-dimensional travel thing and gave it to Gwen.
I think he just held on to his. He never tossed it back.
But he does give it to Gwen.
Correct.
But it looks all punked out.
Yes, it looks like
even
him.
when she uses it.
He modified it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And he like dips out at like the most punk time. He's like, I'm out of here, bruh.
He's so punk.
He's so punk.
You already know. Oh.
So let's get into his card, shall we?
Let's do it.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to describe his card, Earth Twister?
Yeah, I would. Oh, you want me to do that now? Okay.
Yeah, now would be great.
I mean, you can do it later.
Out loud, also. So
it's whatever you want to do, bruv.
He is a 3-cost basic ally. He has the physical resource, so whenever you spend him as a resource, he's physical. For those of you who are like Jason Sketch, it's the fist resource. He is a unique ally called Spider-Man, but then he has under that Spider-Man Hobie Brown. So he does go by Spider-Man here in the game, which is interesting that you mentioned that he preferred Spider-Man for a while over Spider-Punk. Then he is a 2-thwart, 1-attack ally with 3 health. He does take 2 consequential for thwarting and 1 consequential for attack. He is a web warrior, and he has the text that says, play only if you control a web warrior card. And then he has an optional interrupt. When Spider-Man leaves play, discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and deal damage to the villain equal to the number of boost icons. And then it specifies the boost icons it's referring to, discarded this way.
Go ahead.
Did you want me to describe the art too, or just those aspects of the card?
Just that for right now. So just because I just thought of this, I have a question for you guys. Because one of you might know this. I do not know. That's why I'm asking you this question. So it says play only if you control a web warrior card, right?
Correct.
So if you were not playing a web warrior, like just somebody else, but you had just a web warrior on your playing field, you could play this. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
That is correct, yes.
You can also cheat him in by using Make the Call or Call for Backup or any of those other cards that say put into play rather than play.
Good to know. And that's why I talk to you guys. Right there. That's
Glad
the
we're
only
worth
reason.
something to you.
Right there.
Yeah.
The only reason.
The text itself is interesting. How would you relate this back to the story that we heard from Levi?
Well, I love your question. Let's ask that again here in just a second. Before we do that, will you describe his artwork?
Yes, it's probably hands down the best artwork in all of Marvel Champions.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, I mean it's good artwork. Don't get me wrong. But all
So,
of
it is a very skinny Spider-Man. And he's kind of got his back. He's kind of arcing, like he has just done a cool like jump, and he's doing like a power chord in the air, where he's kind of like jumping in the air, and he's gonna maybe doing a backflip while playing the guitar. But his feet are definitely going. The back of his feet are going towards his head, kind of like he's arcing his back into a backwards C. He's got these cool like kicks on. They're like basketball shoes or punk shoes, I guess. He's got spikes on his Spider-Man mask helmet that kind of look like a mohawk. He's got a jean jacket that it is obvious he has decided to cut the sleeves off of. It is unzipped and it's flapping in the wind behind him, but he's wearing it still over his Spider-Man suit. He's got a cool Spider-Man suit build where everything from like his feet all the way up to his waist is just completely blue. There's no red there. Then he's got kind of the typical red Spider-Man look, kind of going from the top of his head down to his like chest area. And then there's like this cool like Phoenix type looking blue that's coming up off of his waist area there and kind of mixing in with the red. It's a really neat look. I guess underneath his armpits all the way down to his wrist is also blue. So it just kind of stands out a little bit. It's like more like a lightning bolt, kind of like punky looking. His guitar looks like a nice Fender with a typical Fender colors, except it is more of a darker brown. And then there's like, it's like web going down the spine of the guitar. I forget what that's called right now.
the neck.
The neck of the guitar, thank you. And then the actual like the guitar itself, electric guitar itself, has like a cool web design on it.
There's, like the body of it, yeah. It's like a sunburst web design.
Yes, it's really beautiful. I would love to own this guitar. And he's just like he's having a good time at a concert, kicking things off and being the best Hubie Brown Spider-Man he can be.
So I didn't include this in my notes, but at one point in the comics, he does, and I can't remember who it was with, but he does form a band. And like the other members of the band cannot play anything. And Hobie's just like, it doesn't matter. I'm good enough for all of us.
That's awesome. I feel like Hubie Brown and Wade Wilson Deadpool would have some great adventures together.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised that isn't already a thing. You know what? Marvel, hire Jason for that idea right now.
And why are you ducking off camera?
I dropped something. But yes, Marvel, I would love to be hired to work for you. It is like a dream come true for that possibility.
So, Jason, what was your question that you had about the text a minute ago?
Yeah. Does the text feel like the story that you told us, Mr. Levi? Because I'm struggling on my end to see how the story we received from about Spider-Punk translating into this card. Don't get me wrong, I like the text, and that's a different question. I just want to make sure that the story is translating into what this card does.
So here's how I see it. Okay, so he's a punk rocker, right? So he's doing his own thing, right? But as soon as he dips, that's when he's doing his thing. As soon as he leaves, that's when he's like, you don't know it yet, but this is when I'm going to do my stuff. So as soon as he leaves, like, it's very possible that he could do a ton of damage because of the boost icons.
Are you saying he's more coming in and distracting us with a concert, and then his real actions, his anarchist actions, are happening behind the scenes?
Yes.
Happens.
And
when
I do think too, like the typical anarchy thing is sort of like the stick it to the man kind of, like.
Yeah, you can't control me.
Yeah, and so it's like, oh, you got this whole deck that you're gonna use to like mess with me. Well, let me just discard 3 of those cards and those boost icons. That's how much damage you're gonna take.
Ooh, so he's using it against them.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's got stick it to the mandiosis.
Yep. So Deadpool's got stick-to-itiveness, and Spider-Punk has stick it to the man-to-tiveness.
Diosis.
This is cool. Okay, I can see that. That makes more sense now that you guys have elaborated on that for me, because that was hard for me to depict and see and understand. So.
Well, I'm glad we enlightened you, Jason.
I have been enlightened.
Could you say you've reached nirvana?
No, that's more grunge.
No, okay.
Okay. So, do you guys think that Hobie Brown Spider-Man should have his own hero pack? From how I described him, from what we already know, do you think he could or should have his own hero pack?
I think so. I think it'd be really cool. I think one of his upgrades would be Hobie's guitar. And then maybe you would have... that would give him like +1 attack or something, and your attacks now, if you spend a mental resource when you attack with this guitar, you can confuse an enemy, or something like that. And then I think that maybe you'd also have other upgrades like Hobie's mohawk or Hobie's jacket, and then his obligation might be something like, you're homeless. I don't know.
You have nowhere to go.
Sorry, were you done there, Earth Twister? Yeah. I do want to paraphrase and start off with, I think Moon Guy made a good point last week in saying, I would love to have any character they want to design to be a new hero. I wonder if we want to rephrase our question from, should he have a hero pack, to how could he be made into a hero pack?
Fine.
That is just a suggestion I have. But it is our show.
I mean, we do have show notes, and you could have always put those in there, but go ahead.
Correct. No, I just haven't had the chance to. Anyhow. With that in mind, I think...
on you being lazy. Go ahead.
I think Spider-Punk would be a fantastic hero pack. I think it would sell well, just by name alone. The design of the character, I think, if we're running it off based off of his card, and he comes in and he does his thing, and then he's using the villains deck to do damage, I'm kind of curious if we could get a build focused on not like Falcon, but something similar, in which we're using the encounter cards to do damage to the villain. And so finding ways to maybe a card that goes search the villain's deck for search the top 3 cards of the villain's deck, choose up to two of them with boost icons on them, and do that amount of damage for the cost of like 2 or 3 or something like that. Add blank amount of damage, X amount of damage per card you draw or something. Max of 3, I think it would be very interesting to kind of combo that, and I think it would take some time to design that, because there are times where you're even playing in Falcon. It's like, oh, cool, I would love to use a boost icon from the top of the encounter deck, but these villains don't have any boost icons. And so it's a 0 boost icon. I'm not going to do anything I want to do. And so I think it would vary from that to that. I think it would be cool to see him have like a card like Jumping the Spider-Verse, where he gets to flip to Alter Ego for free and then come back up. Maybe. Or it allows him...
You could search your collection for a Spider-Man ally and bring it into play, but then they leave the game, so like you only have one opportunity to get them in.
Ooh.
That is a beautiful... Fantasy Flight, Ignore Levi Lewis. Hire Earth Twister.
What?
That is an incredibly designed card.
You haven't even heard anything that I was going to say because I've just been listening to you guys.
I think that would be really neat, though. I like that. I think I agree with Levi. Not Levi. I agree with Earth Twister. He needs to have, an upgrade for his guitar, an upgrade for his head spikes, and his jean jacket that can do various different things.
Barbed wire.
He does need barbed wire as his webbing.
Swinging in.
So his webbed up card is going to be barbed wire instead of actual webbing.
And instead of just doing 8 damage, it'll do 10. Or it'll have piercing.
So he needs a card. So one of the cards
can I add one more?
No.
Just a title? Let's build a band.
Let's build a band.
Let's build a band.
That would be, you know what? Let's build a band would be the perfect name for the card that I was going to suggest. So he needs a card where it's similar to like Deadpool or Wolverine, where it's when you would be defeated, you flip to alter ego form, and you give yourself, was it 2 HP, 1 hit point, however many. And then I don't exactly know what he would do. But he feels like the type of character that he wouldn't like in that one instance. Yes, he could be defeated later on, but like, I feel like he was the type that would need one of those.
What aspect would he come in?
Chaos. He could have the next pool cards.
Pool cards? Oh, I guess because of the chaos factor behind it.
Chaos. No, I
honestly think he'd come in aggression, personally.
See,
That's just because you like aggression.
I do like aggression, but I feel like Anarchy is aggressive, right?
I think he'd come in protection.
I think he would be like original Peter Parker and be Justice.
Elaborate. Why would you think Justice?
Well, so yes, he's chaotic. Yes. But he's chaotic good. He's smart. Like he's very like planned out, like Spider-Man.
He's thinking 3 steps ahead.
I see it. It's like a different kind of justice. Like sometimes when you talk about people talk about justice, they don't mean like the justice system. They mean I'm fighting for this social justice or whatever, or like I am this vigilante and I'm fighting for justice.
And it doesn't necessarily be about like thwarting, because like a lot of people when they think justice, they think, yeah, I'm thwarting a lot.
He could really have a lot of confuse in his kit.
He could have a lot of that. He could have a lot of protective justice cards, or aggressive justice cards.
I could see Waylay being in his deck for sure.
Yeah, and so to me, it just makes sense that he's not aggression.
Not only have I cleared your scheme or prevented you from doing your scheme, I also blew up this thing that you were doing over here.
Earth Twister's going to really like me for saying this, or protection. Because he's homeless, because he probably lives in his van. Usually people that have that have had a lot of bad things happen to them. And so like their backstory is like really, really sad. And they're some of the coolest people. They're punk rockers,
Fight the man.
And so he's very protective of who he is. And so he is, like, even in the Spider-Verse movie, like, he's very protective of Gwen. He's like, you have nowhere to go? I'm going to protect you. Stay with me.
That's a good point.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
But I do think it's interesting that we're not saying leadership.
That's my least favorite aspect.
Oh, that's what your favorite aspect was. I'm just saying that it's interesting that leadership wasn't chosen for Spider-Punk.
Could you play him that way? Yeah, but I don't see him that. I just don't see that.
I am curious where his art came from, though, too.
Oh, let me pull that up. We have that fancy thing from Boom Guy.
Okay, you should look that up, Jason.
Control F. Spider Man.
With your weird Jigglypuff emo thing behind you.
He came in Ghost Spider's set. And this artwork actually came from Edge of Spider-Geddon, Volume 1, Number 1, 2018.
Edge of Spider-Geddon. Cool.
Very cool.
Thank you for sharing that. Have you guys played this card, and do you enjoy playing this card?
I don't think I've ever played this card. Go ahead, Twisty.
I definitely have played this card, and I do love it because at times it's like I really wish I could get a little bit of damage off on the villain, and then I realize if I just use Spider-Man Hobie Brown to do something, then I can discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and do some damage. And then also I get to draw a card because Web of Life and Destiny's out. Like, I use them a lot in my Web Warrior builds.
So I don't normally play Web Warriors. I do like the Web Warriors, don't get me wrong. Normally whenever I'm looking to play something, Web Warrior is normally not one of the ones I'm looking for. And even though you can play him without playing a Web Warrior, you would still have to, well, Earth Twister, but like I said, you don't have to. But in my mind, I would think to put a Web Warrior in my deck, just so that I could play him. And so I don't think I've ever played him. I do like this card, though. I think it's a fantastic card. Jason, what about you?
I like it. I think it's a neat card. I have played him a couple of times when I've built Web Warrior decks, especially after I got Sinister Motives. He started moving into my decks pretty quickly for Web Warrior builds. I haven't played a ton of Web Warriors, but when I have a new Web Warrior, it's like, cool, I'm going to play Web Warriors and Spider-Punk sliding in. Just because it is an easy card to get into play. He's 3 cost, but his effect is so nice that you're hopefully clearing out some good things in the encounter set. B, there's a lot more cards out there that are now hitting that 4 boost icon threshold. That is nice. If you were able to hit that, it just has a feel-good factor to it. It does feel bad a little bit when you get 3 cards, you're like, cool, none of these have any boost icons on them. But I don't find that happens very often.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Now, it is neat that that we have two thwart on him. So typically, I like to use my allies to take care of the threat so I can focus on doing the punchy things with my hero. And so it is cool that he comes in, he's able to clear 2 threat, and then when he leaves, he's like, deuces, here's a bomb, by the way. And so I've enjoyed every time he's come into play. There's been like maybe once where I was like, oh, come on, Hobie, you could have done better than that.
he walks out, I'm out, bruv.
I'm out, bruv.
Take this boom.
Take this boom. But yeah, I think it is very punk rock of the way he comes in and out. I really, really, really think he's a cool card.
Okay, guys, I think we're finally to this point in the episode. How would you guys rate this card?
What do you think, Jason?
I guess I'm going first. I was checking the show notes to make sure I wasn't stealing time from airtime from some other people.
I forget that I always have to ask you.
It feels polite, you know.
Earth Twister just knows.
It's
almost like he's just got them pulled up right in front of him and just looks right at it.
I was looking at.
I got 2 screens, guys. It's great.
I will also say, normally I just flip flop you guys. I'm like, whoever went first last time is going second.
Well, I will rate him. I'm going to give him a 4.5 stars. It is hard to reach that 5-star threshold for anybody. I think the only reason he gets that 0.5 off, really for me, is the fact that occasionally you'll get a, darn it, he like didn't do anything when he left play, except for draw me a card. So, which is
he did do something.
Web of Life and Destiny. He draws me a card when he leaves play, and if he draw the 3 cards, and there's no boost icons on those cards, you're like, this kind of feels bad.
I mean, yeah, there's a chance, but it is a good rating, though.
Yeah, 4.5. Punk rock, man. Couldn't complain.
I think this may be... Sorry. I think this may be one of the cards that we're all kind of maybe in pretty much agreement with, because I would give him probably an A or A+ rating. I think he's legit. Like, he's easy enough to get in. 3 costs is kind of bordering on expensive, but he's easy enough to get in, especially late game. And then he's helpful early game. He's helpful late game. He comes in. He can do some thwarting for you. He can take a hit and then hit right back. It's always fun because he's just like, he gets hit and then he's just like, oh hey, catch, And then the villain's like, "What's this?" And then gets blown up with a bomb in their face. It's great. AA plus.
Anarchist Hot Potato. That's the new name of our podcast.
Anarchist Hot Potato. So, Anarchist Hot Potato, amcp@gmail.com. So, my animal rating for Spider-Man Hobie Brown is the most punk rock of all the animals in the animal kingdom, the echidna.
Ooh.
So, the echidna is really hard for scientists to figure out. They just can't figure out what the heck is going on with that thing, right? They're very, very cool, but they cannot really categorize it so much that it's one of the few animals, like the platypus, that's in basically its own category. It does its own thing. Plus, unlike the platypus, it has a whole bunch of really cool spikes on it. So yeah, a lot like what Earth Twister was saying, this is a really great card. I mean, 3 cost for what he does. No, he doesn't do a whole lot of thwarting. No, he doesn't do a whole lot of attack. Like, specifically whenever he thwarts, he does take 2 consequential damage. Sure, he's not perfect. Which, no, I don't think there's any perfect card of any kind. Like, if he did more than what he does, he would be, like, probably perfect. But they can't overpower him. But he's super good because it's mostly whenever he leaves play. And yes, there is a small chance that he will do nothing whenever he leaves play. But the more we progress into the game, the more cards we get, the more encounter cards we get. Most of them have at least one boost icon on them. So there's that. So he's going to do something cool whenever he leaves. So for me, whenever I would play this card, what I would do is for the most part, he would be a chump blocker, probably. I mean, I would probably do some damage with him, but then, yeah, he would probably chump block for me and then immediately, like, do something back to the villain. So, wonderful card, amazing card. He's the best. There's never been any better.
Beat all the rest. Yeah, that's my cause.
You're the best around. Ain't nobody that's gonna bring you down.
Those are the most punk rock songs we know.
You don't know I Love Rock and Roll?
I love rock and roll.
I thought we were gonna do that together.
Oh, well, we need a Weird Al. Would you mind coming to sing about Rocky Road?
Well, this has been a wonderful episode. I'm glad you have listened to us. Again, give us a 5-star review. That's what Boom Guy says that you should do if you like Boom Guy. And where can they find us? Yeah, where can they find us again, Jason?
They can find us anywhere on the internet. If they just look at any podcast place, they can find us there. They can also find us at our YouTube, all under the name of Sidekicked, a Marvel Champions podcast.
And how can they email us?
They can email us at sidekickedamcp@gmail.com.
Again, that's sidekickedamcp@gmail.com.
Correct. And if they want to reach out specifically, they can hit me up on Discord as Jason Sketch. I don't know if the other two want to share their names on Discord or not, but you can find me on Discord.
Earth Twister.
Great. Look them up. You can also, I think we have a whole channel under what used to be called Boomlandia. It has now got a different name, The People's Server. We have a whole channel on the People's Server. You can come chat with us there. Levi leaves random comments every once in a while.
Oh, my comments are the best.
Nuggets and wisdom. So,
you know, I would appreciate a comment on YouTube or anywhere that you can leave a comment on our podcast. Here's the thing, though. I want this comment. You need to tell us if we should change our name from Sidekicked to Anarchist Hot Potato.
I agree. I would like to know.
I mean, I'm going to vote for Anarchist Hot Potato.
I guess it's up to the people to decide.
I am the people.
You are a person.
Amongst the people. This has been a great episode, guys.
It's been great. It's been real. Thank y'all for hanging out. I've been Earth Twister. Stay twisty.
As always, my name is Jason Sketch, and next time I'll be deadly serious next time. Peace.
And I'm Levi Lewis. Watch out for those wombats out there. That's what wombats do.
They twerk you to death?
They twerk their villains to death.
Oh.
Did you not know that?
No.
Have I not talked about that?
Nope.
I'll
This is
save that
another random
conversation.
wombat fact that we are discovering.
You know
For
what?
Season 2 of
Okay,
Sidekicked,
here we are. Well,
a
we're going to
Marvel
talk
Champions
about it.
podcast.
We're going to talk about it. So, wombats are burrowers. Okay? So, what they do is they'll burrow their little hole, and then what they will do is whenever they're being attacked, they will run to their hole and leave their butt to where it blocks the entrance. So, wombats have like the strongest butts to where nothing can hurt their butt. Like something can try and bite it, but it's not going to, I guess their hide on their butt is just like super, super tough or something. I don't exactly know. So then what will happen is whatever is trying to eat them will try and stick its head, like they will lower their butt so that whatever is trying to get at them will try and stick its head over them. And so at that point, their head is wedged between their butt and the top of their cavern, right? So then what the wombat will do will literally like twerk its butt until whatever's attacking them's head is getting crushed between their butt and the top of their little burrow.
Oh my
What
gosh.
A way to go. What
So
a way
wombats
to go.
literally twerk their villains to death.
Their hips don't lie.
Is that where Miley
Fun wombat
Cyrus
fact.
learned how to twerk?
Yeah, she went to Australia and she went to the zoos and was hanging out with wombats.
Makes sense.
You can Google it right now, and Google's going to lie to you and say that that's not true. And we all know that you can't believe everything that you read on the internet. Just read Abraham
Or
Lincoln's
here on the
Twitter page.
Sidekicked Marvel Champions podcast.
You can believe everything
right.
we say on this podcast. It is accurate information 24/7.
Like Jason has
That's
a full
right.
head of hair.